CHRICED holds memorial in honor of founder. The Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education has restated its commitment towards fighting for the right of the common man in the country. The director of the organization, Dr. Ibrahim Zikirullahi, stated this at a memorial event in honor of Professor Abubakar Momoh, the founder of the organization in Abuja. Zikirullahi, while commissioning the organization's new office facility, says the facility will be a home for Nigerians who are committed to contributing their quota to encourage justice, fairness, and respect for the rule of law.
Professor Momoh was an astute judge of situations and a man committed to accountability. It was from the wellspring of his deep commitment to ethics, integrity, and accountability that this organization found direction, inspiration, and the backbone to set proper organizational structures that carry us through the initial difficulties of infancy. These structures and values have kept us faithful and accountable to our mission at CHRICED, that is the advancement of a democratic, representative, and inclusive political culture in Nigeria. These values have propelled our commitment to instituting the right policy environment, structures, and an organizational culture where our stakeholders, staff, well-being, and partners' confidence are given the greatest priority. The rich stream of comrades, friends, and colleagues who have thronged this event in memory of Professor Momoh is a testament that his legacy as an academic, activist, bridge builder, a respected storyteller, human rights crusader, and social change soldiers lives on. I stand here on this day with pride and deep honor to pay tribute to a relentless interlocutor of the democratic process and a fearless advocate of the poor and marginalized Nigerians. I thank you for the honor to commission our new office in the honor of your friend and our pioneer board chairperson, Professor Abubakar Momoh. We hope that this facility that is being inaugurated today by you will become a workstation that will serve as a base for dedicated advocates, change soldiers, researchers, and for raising a new generation of change makers from across the country. We expect that the structure will foster and facilitate deeper interactions in our nation for the achievement of human rights, the rule of law, active citizenry, democracy, accountability, good governance, and a stable, egalitarian society in our country. It is our aim that the change soldiers, researchers, and the development of a new generation of change makers from around the country will equally make this country to be a better place for us to live.
The inability of the African region yet argued to replicate liberal democracy should therefore be found in our historic conditions. Momoh insisted that the lack of liberal democracy in Nigeria, I repeat, he insisted that the lack of liberal democracy in Nigeria headed the shift to populism, what he described as in his literature as populism and popular democracy. He noted the prevalence of political rhetorics, especially since 1999, to justify state policies, demand for sacrifice of the people, amidst the promise of a better future, as deepening the conditions for de-democratization. He cited political rhetorics in his works, in some of his works, in the Obasanjo civilian administration, and amidst what he had described or what he had characterized as primitive capital accumulation, primitive accumulation of power, and terror accumulation. These trajectories Momoh had referred to primitive capital accumulation, primitive accumulation of power, and terror accumulation, he argued further led to de-democratizing tendencies in the polity. Momoh, in some of his works, differentiated between process and outcome in relation to democracy and democratization. He avowed that democratization is a construct. He actually insisted, and he argued persuasively, that democratization is a construct of the World Bank and the IMF to sustain influence on political development in our justice societies through neoliberal economic policies. He condemned, I repeat, he condemned, in strong terms, the political conditionality attached to debt reshuffling and new financial transfer to developing countries. Abu equally noted the social backlash of market reforms and the resulting struggles in developing countries, including Nigeria, against the Nigerian state, against the predatory, against the Mobutu state. Permit me to use the word Dr. Abubakar. This Mobutu state, became alienated from the Nigerian people as a result, in Momoh's view, of those social, harsh, and severe and debilitating socio-economic policies which have been fostered on the Nigerian people by the arrogant and malevolent state actors. The country, our country, needs heroes and heroines, but sadly, we have only a handful. Do you agree with me? I'm sure you do. I repeat, the country needs heroes and heroines, but sadly, we have only a handful. The most corrupt are celebrated and patronized, and those with character are pilloried, demonized, despised, and vilified. This is the irony, and this is the tragedy of the Nigerian state. It is assuming worse dimensions when the student union that have been a platform to recruit cadres and forge alliances with the academia and civil society became captured by the governing class, especially state governments. If the university is a microcosm of society, then the future of this society is rather uncertain and bleak. Yet, we should not despair, considering that we have individuals who are toiling and struggling to bear the flag. Many of these persons are getting older with least replacements. I suppose Dr. Konde Shetima is one of those who are getting older and he should be replaced. But the question is, who replaces Konde Shetima?